This is the question asked in today's SkillTrack Daily Challenge. In the first line of our input, we are given the values of R and C, and after that we are given a character matrix of size R cross C, and after the character matrix we are given 4 integers. So the first two integers represents the starting position, that is cell 1, and the last two integers represents the ending position, that is the cell 2. Our task is to start iterating from cell 1 and iterate till cell 2. We have to print all the characters in the path. So first the starting cell is C1, so it is present at the index 42, so 4th row second column. So I have highlighted the character that is present at 4th row second column, and now the ending cell is present at 3rd row 6th column. So the character present at the 3rd row 6th column is the character C. So I am highlighting it in red color. So our task is to start from the character Y, and then we should traverse through the matrix as per the conditions given in the question, and finally we must stop once when we reach the character C. So here first we have to start from the character Y, and then we have to move downwards, and once when we reach the end we should move to the next column, and then we should start our path from bottom to up, and again once when we reach the top we should move to the next column, and now we should print our path from top to bottom. So this is how we should be traversing through the matrix. So for the particular input, let us start printing the path. So the first character is Y, so I have printed Y, and the next character is H, so I am printing H, and now we have reached the last row of the matrix, so we should move to the next column, and now we should start printing the path from bottom to up. So the characters present from bottom to up are A, M, Q, Q, and then uppercase D. So this is the path when we are iterating from bottom to up. So we have to print all these characters, and now we have reached the top of the matrix, so we should shift to the column, and now from top we should move to bottom. So I am starting from K, and then the next character is C, Q, Z, and I. So we have traversed from top to bottom, and now again we have reached the bottom of the matrix. So now we should move to the next column, and since we are present at bottom we should move from bottom to up. So now we print the characters A, G, B, E, and I. So again we have reached the top of the matrix, so we shift to the next column, and now since we are present at top, now we should move towards bottom, and here when we move towards the bottom, the first character is T, and then the next character is O, and then the third character is C, and C is the cell 2, that is our destination where we should reach. And since we have reached the destination, we should stop, and we need not print any more characters after C. So that is the end, and this is the path. So this should be our output, and our expected output is same as the output which we formed. Now let us see how to write a C program for this. So first I am creating 4 integer variables R, C, x1, x2, y1, and y2, and in the next line I am accepting the value of the variables R and C, and then I am creating a new character matrix of size R plus 1 cross C plus 1, because we are going to store our characters from the index 1, so that is why we have included plus 1 in the size. And now we have to accept our input matrix, and I am starting the loop from 1. Since we have started from 1, we should iterate till less than or equal to R. So only then we could accept all the characters in the input matrix. So in every iteration of this nested loop, I will accept a character and store the character into the character matrix named mat. So after accepting the character matrix, we should accept 4 integers. So I am using a scanf statement again, and I am accepting 4 integers x1, y1, x2, and y2. So now x1 and x2 are the starting cell index, and x2 and y2 are the ending cell index. So now we are going to traverse through the matrix. So to traverse, we will be using a new integer variable named flag. Initially I am setting the value of flag variable to 0. So now we are going to iterate through the character matrix, and I am creating a while loop to traverse through the matrix. since it is a infinite loop, we should break out of the loop manually. In order to traverse through the matrix, we will be updating the values of the variables x1 and y1, and once when x1 is equal to x2 and y1 is equal to y2, then it means that we have reached the end of the, that is the destination cell C2. So when x1 is equal to x2 and y1 is equal to y2, then we can break out of the loop. Because this is an infinite loop, so we should break out of this loop manually. And in every iteration, if the values of the variables x1 and y1 are within the range, then we print the character that is present at the particular index of the matrix. So the range is x1 must be greater than or equal to 1 and y1 must also be greater than or equal to 1, and x1 which represents r, so it must be less than or equal to r, and y1 must be less than or equal to c. If these conditions are satisfied, then the values of x1 and y1 are within the range, so we print the character that is present at the matrix. So now we are going to see the logic how we are going to traverse through our matrix from top to bottom and bottom to up. So initially we have set the value of flag variable to 0. So whenever the value of the flag variable is equal to 0, then we will be moving from top to bottom. So if we move from top to bottom, then the value of row must be incremented. Since x1 is related to row, we are incrementing x1 plus plus whenever flag is equal to 0. And the same, if flag is not equal to 0, then we should move from bottom to up. So x1 minus minus. So only when the value of row is decremented, we will be moving from bottom to up. We will be using this flag variable to determine whether we are moving from top to bottom or from bottom to up. So when we are moving from top to bottom, at one point we will reach the last row. So at that case, the value of x1 will be equal to r1. So whenever x1 is equal to r1, then we should move to the next row. So I am incrementing the value of the variable y1. So y1 plus plus, and I am setting the value of flag variable to 1. So what happens is, from next iteration we will be performing x1 minus minus, because we have reached the bottom of the matrix. Now from bottom we should move to top. So we are setting the value of flag variable to 1. So when flag is equal to 1, then we perform x1 minus minus. So we move from bottom to up. The same, if when we are moving up, at one point we will reach the topmost row of the matrix. At that case, x1 will be equal to 0. So when x1 is equal to 0, then again we should shift a column. So I am including the condition y1 plus plus, and I am changing the flag variable to 0, because now we are present at the top. From top, now we should move towards bottom. So when the value of row variable is incremented only, we can move to bottom. So when the value of flag is equal to 0, x1 plus plus condition would be executed. So this is how we would be iterating through the matrix from bottom to top and top to bottom. And when we are traversing like this, at one point we will reach x2 and y2, and that case we will break. Now let us check our program with sample test cases. So now I have given the sample input 1, and we have our expected output here. So here we can see that we also get the correct output. And now let us check our program with the sample input 2. So again we get the correct output. So this is the logic behind today's daily challenge. Thank you for watching.